Even in retirement, Horlicks still commanded attention. These pictures were taken 20 years after Horlicks recorded one of the great wins by a New Zealand-bred horse. Yet the spirit that carried her to a record-breaking Japan Cup in 1989 still lurks just beneath the surface, and so do the memories.
Horlicks has the drop on them as they swing into the straight, 450 metres to go. A huge roar from the crowd as Auguri Cap comes into it quickly. They race to the 400 now. Horlicks is coming alongside.
The road to glory for Horlicks started in Hawke's Bay with breeder and owner Graham de Gruchy. He took out a loan to purchase her dam Malt, beautifully bred but never raced. She went to 3 legs at the nearby Okawa stud, and the rangy Horlicks eventually made her home back at Netherby. Horlicks was sent to the champion O'Sullivans, who weren't impressed initially as she proved to be a lazy worker. But 4 wins from 8 starts in her 3-year-old season changed their minds as Horlicks revealed a fierce determination to win on race day. The champion started to emerge as a 4-year-old in 1988 when Horlicks beat Bone Crusher to claim her first Group 1. That was in the TVNZ Stakes with Noel Harris in the saddle as regular rider Lance O'Sullivan was injured. A second Group 1 just eluded Horlicks later in the year when she finished second to Poetic Prince in the Cox Plate with Bone Crusher third. Horlicks was racing into the peak of her career, and 1989 was to be the most memorable. It started with victory in New Zealand's first $1 million race, the DB Draft Classic.
300 metres to go. Horlicks got the lead now. Regal City sticking to it on the inside grimly. Highland Chieftain on the outside of these. Horlicks goes to Westminster coming out after it. Regal City, Westminster might have got the lead. Horlicks is fighting hard. Westminster, Regal City's not done with yet. Horlicks a great go. Regal City and Westminster. Horlicks got a nose in front. She won it. Second at the line. Photos.
In the spring, it was back to Australia with another long-term target in mind. A record-breaking run in the McKinnon Stakes was going to be a perfect tune-up for the biggest race of Horlicks' career.
And now Horlicks is out in the clear, making ground with Superimpose. Horlicks on the outside, grabbed the lead. King's High is trying to go with her, followed by Vo Road, but it's Horlicks for the McKinnon. Horlicks wins by a half to King's High. Vo Road.
In 1989, the Japan Cup was the richest race in the world, and no Australasian horse had ever won. Horlicks arrived early, which gave her plenty of time to acclimatise for the race against the best in the world. The barrier selection also went well for Horlicks, Graham de Gruchy drawing number 2. Horlicks had shown a strong will to win in her 13 previous victories, never being headed when leading the field, and that was going to be important in the closing stages of the Japan Cup.
With 250 metres to go, Horlicks the inside of Auguri Cap. 200 to go, Horlicks just shading Auguri Cap, which is coming on strongly. O'Sullivan getting desperate on Horlicks on the inside. Auguri Cap trying to peg it back, going to the post. Horlicks is going to hang on. Horlicks, the Kiwis, get the money from Auguri Cap, about ahead in it. Third at the line was Pay the Buck.
It was a courageous win. The world record of 222.2 would take years to be beaten. It was a testament to the skill of the whole racing team. But just as importantly, being the first Australasian horse to win the Japan Cup helped focus world attention on the New Zealand racing industry. An indication of the impact of Horlicks' success came in the New Zealand Herald. It's rare that tributes to racehorses feature on the editorial page of the country's biggest newspaper. Further acknowledgement of Horlicks' popularity came after retirement when she was one of a handful of thoroughbred champions to be honoured with their own New Zealand Post stamps. That was further down the track. Horlicks was still in top condition as a 6-year-old, and another $1 million DB Draft Classic beckoned.
And look at the mare go. Horlicks in front, running on late now. Castletown, then followed by Red Chiffon and the Phantom. Horlicks in front at the 100 metres, holding Castletown, the Phantom and Red Chiffon. She's too good. The superstar mare wins. Horlicks wins her second DB Draft International, and she's won it nicely.
Horlicks' 6th and final Group 1 victory came in the 1990 TVNZ Stakes.
At the 300 metres, Loney says go girl, and she's taken the lead. Horlicks from Mickey's Town, then Catering King, Regal City at the 200 metres, and it's Horlicks in front. She's home, James, at the 150 from Mickey's Town. A late run, Mr. Brooker, but Horlicks, that's why she's a champion. She's bolted in. Second over Mickey's Town has just lasted for Mr.
The curtain came down on a wonderful racing career just a few months later. Horlicks can count 6 Group 1s in her 17 wins, which earned stakes of more than $4 million. Her international victories helped Horlicks seal the Horse of the Year title in 1990 and Champion Weight for Age Performer of the Year. A second career then started at Cambridge Stud, and it was also an outstanding success. Horlicks produced 13 foals. Among them, the 2000 Melbourne Cup winner, Brew, and the dams of other multiple Group 1 winners. The O'Sullivans regarded Horlicks as a warrior, very tough and a fighter to the end. Those qualities endeared her to a racing generation and left the legacy of the first New Zealand-bred horse to win one of the most famous races in the world.